So you're an intermediate blues player who wants to put together a bunch of licks in a blues solo to sound super cool. Well, all you've got to do is hang out to find out. So what I'm going to give you is 10 great licks to put together in a blues solo and talk about how and why they work. So this is the solo. So let's talk about lick 1 to start off. Just the blues in G, G7, C7, D7. The backing track is available on my Patreon page, right? Now, to start off with, we're kind of thinking major-ish by going. So I'm sliding in here to the major third, right? Via frets 3 and 4 on the G string. And I'm going from the flat 5 into the 5 on the B string, frets 2 to 3. And then I'm actually, although it looks like I'm doing minor pentatonic position 1, which I kind of am, right? Really, it's just part of a dominant 7th arpeggio, root, flat 7, 5. Now, the end is different the second time because that is interesting, right? I'm doing a phrase, ending it, and then repeating the phrase and ending it a slightly different way. It's a really common thing to do. Then after that, with lick 2, I'm thinking Albert King. When I go, now I'm just going straight into position 2, which was Albert King's favorite. I'm going aggressive. The first phrase was light and relaxed. This is aggressive. Full tone bend, quarter tone bend, minor third, root vibrato. Right, then I'm going back to lick 1, right? Then lick 3 was a bit similar to lick 2, right? Think of it as question and answer thing. That this lick is answering lick 2. Yeah, so it's similar. It's just adding a little bit more. If you want to, you can really tweak all those notes. Albert was well known for doing this. He was just Mr. Tweak Master. Yeah, which is just cool. Just tweak, 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 tweak. Right? Now, then when it goes to the 4 chord, I want to do something different. I'm still staying Albert Kingy, but I'm going down to position 1 instead of position 2 and going. That was very Albert, right? He tended to do that more in position 2. But it's those 2 notes at the end, the da-da, right? That's very Albert. Right, and then I'm just sitting, not doing anything for a while, right? Leaving space. And then I'm doing something like this. Straight out of position 1, just bending the 5 and the minor third. The quarter tone. Yeah, so those little double stops, always very cool, right? Now, when we move up to the 5 chord, I want to go somewhere different again because the 5 chord's going somewhere different. So I'm going up to position 3, position 2's there, position 3's here, and I'm seeing these notes. This is the flat 5 in the middle, and I'm going, right? And this is a very cool little line because it's got that sweet little chromatic thing going on. And I'm also raking into it a little bit because I'm a bit of a raker. Yeah. And then what I'm doing in the second phrase, I'm thinking of this as part of the same lick, really is. Right? It's the same rhythmical phrase. The notes are different. Obviously, it's further down the neck. But I'm just answering that call. There's lots of call and response stuff going on here. So we've got. And then. Yeah. So we've got call, response there. Now, then when it comes to the end, I want something sort of fast and not particularly melodic, right? So that when I start again, I've got a melodic phrase, I've got a contrast. So I'm just doing a simple phrase that goes. I'm using economy picking to do this. I'm picking inside the strings, down, pull off, up. And when I feel it's right to come out like that, a bit like we did in the other lick. So, and end on that root, okay? Now with this lick, I like the rhythm. I like the fact that it just sits on that one string for a while and just plays around with the rhythm a little bit. Da-da, 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 da-da. It's the sort of thing Matt Schofield might do. Yeah? You don't have to be jumping strings all the time, playing loads of notes. Sometimes it's cool just to sit on one string. And obviously that fits really well over the one chord because we're outlining sort of position 2 and also outlining this triad in G major. So that's a cool little phrase. So this lick's coming out of position 1. Right, the reason it works is I'm landing on a C note, and the C note in this case is the root of the 4 chord. I'm using, you think it's the flat 5, it's not the flat 5, it's now the flat 9 over the C, right? And that's a very dissonant note, but it works because we're playing it very quickly. And we're resolving it, which is super important. If I want that to work over the 1 chord, I just go, just end on the G, right? End on the C. It works over the 4 chord. So we can kind of tweak these licks to fit in different places. And then the final lick we're going to do, lick number 10, and this will work anywhere, is this one. It's a very smooth, flowy lick. It's quite fast. All right. But what we're doing is we're doing economy picking again. Downstroke on the 3rd fret, upstroke on the 5th, pull off, and upstroke again on the A string. So you're going down, up, up, right? And the up, up is all one movement. It's not 3 separate movements, really. It's 2 movements, down and 1 up, but the second up, right, is kind of part of the first up. So you just pull in one motion, which makes it go diddle-dum. Right, you can't get that speed up unless you pick it that way. It just won't work. Alternate picking it ain't going to work at all, right? So that's a cool phrase to put in right at the end. So you've got 10 licks there. Some of those you can put in different places across that 12 bar, but they're going to give you some super cool ideas to put across a 12 bar blues and to use in your solos. Remember, the link to my book is in the description below. Patreon's getting really big now. Loads of people saying how much they're enjoying it. Do check that out. Always like and subscribe. Always much appreciated. Catch you next time.